Hello, everybody. This is Tirza Ekholm of the Tirza Factor. And today I just wanted to jump on here and share with you actually something a little more personal. A lot of people do know, some people do, some of you have been following me, do know some of my story of why and how I became an artist and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But for those of you who are new to following me or new to what I'm doing, welcome, and I'll share some things with you. So, hello there, Bonnie. Bonnie is here. Bonnie is a fellow artist, as is Tara. Hello, Tara. So good to see you both online. These are both really amazing artists who have also been part of my journey. So. Yes, Bonnie, your timing is perfect, and it's good to see you as well, Tara. So, thank you for being on with me. So, as a lot of you know, my first career actually was in high tech. I was a software engineer for 3 different high tech companies, but all being in the same parking spot, so to speak. So, and it was an amazing career. I had a great time. I learned a lot, and it fed the person that I was at that time. I'm basically very introverted. I think maybe over time I've become a little more extroverted and that kind of thing. But when I became an engineer, I was very cerebral, very good at math, good at science, and I thought for sure all I wanted to do was sit behind a computer and be behind a computer all day long. Well, that actually turned out not to be true. But fast forward, I don't want to give you my entire life story. Fast forward, just before my 50th birthday, I was introduced to creating art. Not just enjoying art as I had done before, because that was something that I certainly loved doing, visiting galleries and learning all kinds of neat new things. But actually creating it for myself, and something magical happened inside of me, and I started to feel amazing. And it was just boy, it's hard to really explain what happens when you find your passion. And I just began to light up, and it's like, wow, this is really fun. Life is really fun. So then just became a journey of wanting to do what I really loved. So one of the things that I did, of course, was to get a studio at Cottonwood Center for the Arts, and I actually did that a year earlier than I had planned. And unfortunately, what also happened was I loved it so much, I sort of let the business that I had been doing at that time slide, and it just sort of over time kind of faded away into nothing. But the thing is, I had also read books on doing what you love and doing your passion, so I really wanted to make art my career. And then and not only do what I love, but make money at it too. So it's just not just pay my rent, but do something really amazing. Hello, Susie. Good to see you online as well. Thank you for joining. And I also wanted to show others what's possible. I wanted to inspire them by being it and doing it. So, well, this is kind of scary to share. So then, of course, I run into the problem of, well, how do I make money at art? I mean, art's a big field. It's kind of hard to break into, especially as a newbie. And I certainly had no professional training. Yes, I did start taking classes. And, of course, I just jumped in with all hands and all feet. And I would just grab materials and go, what do you do with this? Well, I don't know. And I'd go do something with it, and some of the things I made were really interesting, and others were, not so great. Those, of course, didn't show up on display in my studio, but I was having fun. I was having the most fun I'd ever had in my entire life, and I just wanted to keep doing it. But I also wanted to make a living at it. So now I'm kind of stuck. I'm renting a studio. I don't want to do businesses that aren't associated with art. So hello, Stephanie. Good to have you on as well. So that's the idea of making art that sells is its own journey, and I feel like I am on that journey. But that takes time. It takes time to learn my craft, to learn what I'm doing, to learn what comes from my heart, and to really go for it. So I'm definitely on that journey. But in the meantime, I still got to make some income and make a living. So then the next thing, of course, is to, and some art does sell, but of course, me being the really patient person that I am not, it's not coming along fast enough. But I'm keeping on with that. So then the next thing, of course, was to teach my techniques, to teach some of the things that I know and I've created and innovated along the way. And that's kind of happening also along the way. And that certainly does help pay my rent and pay for my supplies and be part of my journey. But again, well, I wanted to make more money. This was more, I wanted to go beyond the starving artist syndrome, because I know there's more than that that's available. So eventually, you know, one of my other artist friends had given me the idea of selling my art online. And I played with Etsy and a couple of online things like that, and those are great. And I've heard of people putting their art on t-shirts and mugs and that kind of thing. But I was like, I wanted to do something different and special. So I went searching, because one of the things that I like to wear tunics. I just think they're really comfortable, and they kind of fit my body shape really well. And I don't know. That's what I went looking for. When I discovered that there was a way to do tunics and dresses online, I decided to learn how to do that. So then it was like, wow, all right, so how do I take my designs? I take good pictures of them. Now I got to learn how to position them, on the front and the back, because they go differently, and then the sleeves and that kind of thing. And then some things are pixelated and it doesn't work out that well. And so there was this whole new thing to learn, but it was exciting and fun and new, and people were starting to enjoy what I was really creating, because in a way I was starting to make my art accessible to them. And so it was really fun. And so it began to be really fun. And then I discovered, well, there's all kinds of things. You can do mini skirts, and you can do leggings, and oh my gosh, you can do shoes and bags and cell phone covers. And I was thrilled. Like, this was really amazing. So it became a way not just to do my art, but to combine my engineering background and that kind of thing. So this was really great. But then it was like, oh, and now how do I sell this stuff? I had to go learn how to create an online store, and that was really fun. So now I have a Shopify store. I've had a Shopify store for, well, not quite a year yet. And that's been quite enjoyable, and it's a way for me to get several suppliers, several manufacturers into one place. So my customers don't necessarily need to know which manufacturer is, although that information is right there in the store. So that's not a problem. That became not a problem. So now I've got wearable art made on demand. This is really cool. And it's taken me a whole new direction. So while I get to make clothing designs and cell phone designs, I still get to do some of the other art that I also really enjoy doing. So this has been fascinating. But then the next part, of course, is, well, all right, how do I do more than just make enough money I'm still making just enough money to get by and pay for my subscriptions and my supplies again. So it's like, okay, I really need to learn how to market online. So I'm not just selling to the same people over and over again, which is great, but I want that tribe to be bigger and bigger. So I want to build a bigger tribe. So this year, I've been challenging myself to learn more about online marketing, and which is what I've been doing. Along the way, I'm learning how to engage with people better and market to people in person better. So it's been a really fascinating journey all along. And this is the kind of thing that I want to share with people. I want to share not just the art that I'm making, but I want to share the idea that other artists can succeed too. They don't necessarily have to put their art on clothing, but learning how to sell online has turned out to be a really fascinating and fun adventure. And it's starting to, bit by bit, it's starting to pick up and grow more and more and more. And I'm having a blast. So I just wanted to share that. I'm still doing things offline, like having a one-woman show in April, and I'm going to have some parties and more trunk shows to invite people to, so that we can meet in person and they can see some of my stuff in person. But I just wanted to get on and share some of the backstory and how this is really fun. And hi, Sandra. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming online as well. And so anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope that you'll stay with me on my journey. Hello, Audra. Welcome, welcome. I've created a secret Facebook group called Tirza's Art Group. And, oh, thank you, Tara. That's really sweet. Yes, I really am living out my dream. And hello, Al Fryer. Who knew when I started all this that would be, if you told me 10 years ago, woo, I was going to do art, I would have laughed. So, yeah, I have my phone balanced up on something here, so almost lost it. Anyway, if you would like to keep in it, know some things that I'm working on in advance, or see some things that I'm putting in my store as I'm putting them in my store, and share and learning more about my journey, because remember, earlier this week I've been talking about decluttering. There's a lot to the whole topic of decluttering in terms of increasing your creativity and being able to innovate. So I'd like to share a lot of those things with you as well. If you want to stay current with me on the things that I am creating, both in my studio and in my store, send me a private message. I'd be glad to add you to Tirza's Art Group. I like to encourage people to create and innovate no matter what it is you're doing. You don't have to be an artist, but you are creative more than you know. So thank you very much again for watching and sharing my story with me. And we'll see you online and in person. Tirza Ekholm signing off, and we'll see you tomorrow.